hey guys, Ken Perryman here, and I am back again with another pretty darn cool product, and I want you to check it out. It's right here. Let me show it to you. It is this guy right here. It's a nondescript box. It is the upgraded hood latches with keys. Interesting word with the word keys. We'll get into that here in a second. But it fits your 2018 to 2025 Jeep Wrangler JL, JLU, the 4xe Gladiators. It's anti-theft hood lock, and that's one of the things why I thought this would be pretty darn cool to check out. So what I want to do first is talk to you about one thing, and it is that guy right there, #sponsored. Just means that the company has sent me this product so I can show you guys all about it. So let's show you all about it. And over here you can see that you can scan this QR code to extend your warranty and go to their site. Pretty cool to activate the warranty. Great way to get you guys to go over there after you purchase your product to get involved with the warranty side. So on your Jeep, as we all know, and we'll get to it when we actually install these, but on your Jeep, you just have a standard hood latch. Anybody could just reach over, pop it, and open them up, right? And then even more so because there's no hood latch release inside the vehicle. As soon as you pop the outside latches on the vehicle, reach in, flip the lever, and the hood is open, and somebody has full access to the inside of your engine bay. So for better, I would say, protection and even kind of just a little bit coolness to it, you're gonna get this guy here if you're looking to get these security or secure options for your vehicle. So let's go ahead and pull these off the boxes as I've just about done. So pretty robust. They feel like they feel pretty good, actually. It does feel like there's a bit of plastic in these, but the plastic feels pretty nice. Feels like a pretty decent quality here. So okay, that'll actually, yeah, pull apart pretty well. I love the idea is that this is the security portion that they're talking about, is that once this pops through, these little ball bearings right here that will pop out once you activate the latch in here. Let me show that to you just a little bit better here. As you can see, right, there's a little ball bearing right down here, and once you activate this lock mechanism here, it will pop out those ball bearings and effectively lock this into place. While it's not a key per se, the intent is that this is enough, as my dad's always said to me, is keeping the honest person honest. So you go in there and you lock that, yep, and then the ball bearings have been pushed out, so I cannot put it in. That's not what you want to do. You want to set this in such a way where you can push this through, and I like that it's got this pretty nice little setup here. We'll lock that, and you can no longer push these in or out. That is pretty darn cool. So as you know, this will be on the hood portion. This will be in the body of the vehicle. Let me double check that to be sure. You do have yourself a couple of bolts here that will go into the original bolt position. And we will actually install this here in a little bit, but you'll lock this in, and this will then lock into position. And then once that's fully snapped into position, this piece will be able to go all the way in and lock all the way down. You'll take this piece, lock it in, and you can tell by this pin, it's the internal pin being fully further reset further down. That's how you can tell that it's locked in. And this, again, is going to take a bit of work to get this off. I mean, you're pretty much going to almost have to destroy the latch to be able to get this out. Or obviously, find something that will be able to go in here, twist this out, and pull it out. Again, the main intent is that if somebody really wants to get here, they're going to get here. But the deal is that it'll keep that curious eye from wanting to go in there and just pop your latches just to be a jerk. You won't have that concern because this will lock it in. And then again, like I said, pull this in, pop it out. The pin pulls out like butter, and then of course you'll pop this out. Once it's popped out, this lever will pop up, and then it'll free the hood. You can pull this back out of the way, and then of course the hood will move up and out of the way. And not going to waste much more of your time. So let's go ahead and knock that out. Yo, hey guys, here we are. Got the Jeep. You're working on these guys, right? So obviously my nondescript box that the parts came in. Gonna set it right here on the Jeep. So maybe you're not sure what I'm talking about. And sorry about the harsh shadow. Maybe I need to tilt my head up a little bit. But some people don't know, right? That your hinges are on the outside. It's the mechanics of the whole Jeep thing, and classic retro appeal and all that. But with the Jeeps, all you have to do is push down, bring this latch in, and this will pull down and lock the Jeep into place. But all you gotta do is pull that, same thing over here, and guess what? Your Jeep now is accessible. All you gotta do is move that lever over. Huh, haven't opened it in a while, it was stuck there. Very rubbery. But yeah, it's, that's it. Obviously that's a secondary latch to prevent the hood from, if it's inadvertently unlocked, from flinging open on you. But that's it. Anybody can get in here. Disconnect your battery, do whatever, I mean, however. Right? And then we're locked in, but then you come back in, lock it down, lock it down. That's the extent of locking your Jeep hood, your hood to your Jeep. That, yeah, that thing. So what I want to do is put something on here, which again, as I state, and again from something that's been handed down to me by my father, and you guys have probably heard this before, is just keeping the honest person honest, right? I just want to be able to have one more small level of security. Most people are not going to open your hood, but just in case, let's go ahead and put some protection on. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, luckily enough, you're going to need some tools. There's some nuts in there, so I'm going to break open. This is one of the coolest things. A lot of times they make them pretty much the same because, hey, if it's the same size, it works, right? So, but there are, as I said, there's some nuts in here we've got to lock into. Let's see if I got a tenor. All right, so selected the sockets. Let's go ahead and open this up. I think the next piece I'm gonna do on this guy is probably a hood lifters. Oh, wow, okay. So it appears that this is gonna be the same size, but you know what the problem is? There's no room for a socket. That's okay. Ratchet might fit. Okay, here we go. You know what? We're just gonna get right into it. Tell you what we're gonna do. Take a quick photo so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And I'm pointing right at it. All right, and of course over on the hood, probably best to do sockets on those. All right, guys, looks like we've gotten it a bit under control. So all I'm doing is just making sure I don't drop it. I'm sure it'll probably just fall down into the ground below, but and there it is, and there that is. That was that simple. Also, grab yourself a semi-clean-ish dirty rag. Go ahead and clean up the spot where your tool is, where your latch is. Honestly, it's not gonna do a whole lot. Just one of those things that's good to do to keep it clean, right? Okay. Oh, it even has tabs that'll fit in that hole. That's pretty nice. Now let me see if this will fit on it. OEM bolt will work. Here's the difference though, let me show you. And the reason why I'm probably going to switch to the actual product that it came with is, as you can see here, it's got this little washer bit that freely spins. Not bad. But this guy, try to block my face so you can see it. There you go. It has the little ribs in there, the ridges in there. It's a locking nut. I would rather have this dig into and lock in than maybe this guy, which is intended in its OEM for the latch piece here. But I'm gonna give it the extra oomph and allow it to just kind of give that little extra dig in and lock in. I'm sure these are rated, these will last a long time and probably fine, but go with the OEM, or sorry, gonna go with the equipment that it came with. Leave the OEM together because more importantly too, I'm gonna keep these. I'm pointing to a shelf that you can't see that I keep my tools and parts and stuff on. These are gonna stay with me. So just in case these go bad or something happens or, you know, or whatever, maybe I wanna, you know, I don't know, whatever, just, but I'm gonna keep them. That's not gonna work, Ken. That is correct, flip. Let's go ahead, take these apart. Oh, and unfortunately, I locked them. So it's gonna take me a second. Separating the mechanism. Let's get one nut, so much easier. Woo. Wow, they go on pretty easy. Sometimes it's hit or miss on whether or not you need to drive these all the way in. Looks like I don't need you. So, short me is going to have to learn what lefty loosey righty tighty is first, right? So let's go ahead and show you what I'm doing over here. So I've got this unique tool set, what I love, because you can, the shaft can run all the way through and you can still tighten or loosen. Not that these are that situation, but I'm just loosening these up enough. Now, a lot of these in cases, I think I'm going to leave these relatively set. I mean, a little bit, I'm going to put them hand tight-ish. And what I mean by that is that I'm going to put it hand tight. I'm going to lock these into place and then unlock it. And hopefully it'll be tight enough that it doesn't move easily, but loose enough that when I do latch it down, that it'll twist this however I might need it to be locked in and aligned to this at its best. So I'm gonna have to actually close the hood here. Again, back to my thing. Okay, now, this is where the fun begins. And we're going to check that real quick. Make sure didn't leave any tools there. Put this into position. You can set that down. Clear, locked in, snapped, and pinned. And the funny thing is, you're going to have to pin it. You're gonna have to lock that pin because it's just gonna walk right out. But guess what's not gonna open? And with the locking device, ensure that I lock it there, kid. That is not opening. All right, so pop that open, pull that, you're clear. Okay, that's a successful lock-in, guys. Now, what we need to do is lock this down just a smidge further. Going around to the other side. Look the other way. Done with this socket. Or wrench, not socket, Ken. There you go. All right. And again, make sure this notch is facing up. Put these on. Oh, hold on. Forgot to do the magic wipe. Get all the parts and tools off my Jeep. Let's go ahead and bring it down. Okay. Get it to latch. Bring this down. Open it up. Make sure that this will clear. It will clear. You just got to be open. Yep. Lock it down. Snap it into place. Once again, put in your pin and lock it. It is locked in. It's good to go. It's just another feature to help keep that honest person honest, as I said before. Just have to double check before I tighten down. Just want to make sure that this one still fits as it's supposed to. Because now that I've got that hood locked in, I'm gonna make sure that this, seems to glide in with no problem. Put you in. It's not really needed, but guys, I'll tell you, this is what we're gonna do. This is what I do in occasions, just to be sure, right? Because the worst thing you wanna find out is later on when you're messing with this and it doesn't work. Still, you also gotta consider winter, summer, temperature flux, if there's any change in the way it grips or grabs. I don't feel like it will. Gonna kind of do a quick little polish on this right around here. Gotta get it to look pretty for our pictures. All right, guys, so that was pretty straightforward. I wouldn't even say a learning curve at all, really. It's just get those in, lock them down, double check for the fit, but they come out pretty easy. They're literally, you could use the OEM bolts for them too if you really wanted to. But yeah, it was straightforward, simple, easy to do. I just being a little extra cautious, I believe. And I mean, it took me a full 30 minutes from start to finish, probably to put these in. And again, because I'm explaining back and forth, grabbing the right tools, double checking a few things. But for the most part, probably on anyone else who's not trying to record a video and do this, could do this in about 15 minutes. Pretty darn quick. The only thing you gotta be careful about is that you gotta do that magic little finger twist on a couple spots. They're a little bit hard to get to. You know how it is in automotive. They're always putting the bolts in the oddest spots. So you can't just straight up get there. So sometimes you just gotta be a little bit careful when you're starting to thread in, and then from that point on, you're good to go. So guys, hope this was helpful for you. Do appreciate your time, and I'm out.